Here it is, Iron Wrath.
It's Garrett! Get the Castellan! Tell him his nephew survived!
Garrett!
I was too late. They were already dead.
Bring the Maester! Meet us in the Great Hall! Quickly!
Two Whitehill soldiers?
And a Bolton. They killed my family. And for what? My sister, she was only 8 years old.
This never would have happened with the Starks in power. It's unimaginable. Unacceptable. You have my condolences.
Thank you, Maester.
A young maester? How has that happened?
The blade cut deep, but I should be able to save your leg. Your justice was swift. Some will call it vengeance. No doubt the Whitehills will claim it was murder. It was your family. I can't say I would have done any different than you.
I'd do it again if I had the chance.
If we don't respond with strength, they won't stop until they have everything.
Let's address this for a minute. About... Well, the first real major decision, I consider the first one with whether or not you want to leave Bowen or not. Kind of a minor one, but still, I was thinking like, well, if they give me the chance, whether or not to actually warn Lord Forrester or warn Bowen to come with me, I might actually be found out, and they might kill me, or I wouldn't be able to reach Lord Forrester or whatever. So in character, I think that's how he would have acted, and that's how the scene would have played out. But then for the real first major decision, whether or not to leave, well, whether or not to spare that second soldier. Well, first of all, I didn't really have a say in the matter, killing that first one. In that case, I was acting in self-defense. And the second one, well, I could have spared him. However, I was thinking, well, first of all, they were the one committing the crime, and you have to understand about Westeros. Outside of, like, the capital cities, the big strongholds, most of the land is very rural. Maybe there are farms here and there, sometimes like villages and stuff, but for the most part, everything is just wild. People are living in nature, and it's very easy to fall victim to a crime, and then pretty much any sort of crime can lead to mutilations and torture and death, basically, depending on the mercy of the local lord, basically. So, that being said, killing somebody's family is punishable by death, and Jared was pretty much within his rights to act like he did, and within character, I'm thinking, well, no amount of pleading and appealing to him like, ooh, I have a family, will make that undone. They killed his father, they killed his 8-year-old sister, right? So I'm thinking that's what he would have done.
These maggots ought to help prevent infection. Hold the wound open for me, would you?
Oh dear. Telltale and their fascination with open wounds. Ah.
These are dark days, I fear. to lose the lord of the house and the eldest son through such a despicable act of treachery and betrayal. Greater houses than ours have fallen in times such as this. The late Lord Forrester was a good man. And poor Roderick. A serious man, but he would have made a good lord.
Our house will never fall.
By the gods, let's hope you're right. The future of this house is in Lord Ethan's hands now, although he is young and altogether unprepared to lead. Right.
So there is an heir to the house
This might
already.
hurt a bit.
Okay.
Hold this for me, will you? I understand from your uncle that Lord Forrester saved your life.
He did.
Rather odd, though, that he chose to save you, his squire, and not his son Roderick. Not that Roderick couldn't handle himself. He was as good with a sword as any man I've seen. It's unfortunate the Citadel doesn't train maesters in the art of warcraft.
He gave me a message to deliver.
A message? About what? What did he tell you?
The game tries to trip me up here.
Get my uncle. I was told only to tell him.
Your uncle? I see. Must be rather important, then. Lady Forrester will be here any moment now. I'd like you to walk for me first, to see if you can put any weight on that leg.
Well, that was easily shrugged off.
Go on. Don't stop now. It's better to let the blood circulate.
So, about the maesters, just so you know, they're kind of a mix between a doctor and a priest. They're sent out from the Sept in King's Landing, which is basically the equivalent of the Vatican in Rome, to each and every minor and major lordships as counselor, basically. And even though the new faith, well, it's been practiced, I think, for hundreds of years now, but the new mainstream faith is the faith of the Seven, which is basically one god that manifests itself in 7 different personalities. But in the north, people still believe in the old gods, which are kind of like faceless spirits, like wood spirits and stuff. So even though the maesters come from the 7, the faith of the 7, they will send out other maesters into the north who still believe in the old gods, and that's what we're dealing with here. So now we can show the sword to him if you wanted to. Ortengrin, okay.
It's a good thing you've done, bringing that back to House Forrester. By right, that belongs to Lord Ethan now. You seem to be favoring it. Always sad to see a warrior lose a leg.
I'm fine, Maester Ortengrin. Look, I'll show you.
Yeah, he's limping a little bit. So let's look at the Lord's chair. Don't dare sit in it, please. This is the sigil of the House Forrester, by the way. What's outside the window?
The Ironwood Grove.
Okay, that's enough dicking around. Let's look at the medical supplies here. Healing herbs.
This might help.
Sure. Pick up everything you can, and bandages. Hope he doesn't mind me getting all his supplies here. I don't think I'm supposed to pick up the bucket too.
Did your leg feel weak?
No. I just wanted to ask you. Why do the Whitehills hate the Foresters?
I think it's safe to say the feeling is mutual. There's been enmity between the two houses for as long as anyone can remember. I don't doubt someone killed someone, which led to more killings of someone's, and then,
feud,
well,
eh?
here we are.
Well, easy for the Boltons to rile them up
The
against us, I
Whitehills
guess.
want Forester Ironwood.
Ah, they'd take it all if we'd let them, especially now with the Boltons in power, and proceed to clear-cut every last inch of it until there's nothing
Whoa.
left.
Audio
Just as they've done
glitching. Tone it down, please. Actually, I forgot to check out the portrait over
Never mind.
to the right of the throne. Or the tapestry.
No, you see there? You're limping again.
I'm fine, really.
This is Lord Forrester,
Lord Forester.
the late
It was
Lord
an honour to
Forrester,
squire for
unfortunately.
him. Gregor the Good.
And this is Roderick.
Roderick. He was our best warrior by far.
And here's Ryan.
Ryan. Never easy being the fourth-born son.
Well, some fourth-born sons have risen to rather great deeds, actually. And Lady Forrester.
Lady Forester. She's always been kind to me. Treated me like I was a Forester myself.
Mira,
Mira.
Talia, and Ethan.
Still
Okay,
in
so
King's
he's
Landing, I
the,
Although,
I guess
wonder
the
if they'll bring her
second-born
home.
son.
What?
1, 2. Now,
Well,
why
is
would
it
she be
Asher?
in King's Landing?
Asher. Exiled to Essos, unfortunately.
Oh. So he's the second-born son, exiled for some reason? I only know of one other person who was exiled. It's, what's his name? Jorah Mormont, I think. He was exiled for selling slaves. So, yeah. That's, something rather, something must have happened to this guy. I don't know. And that's Talia and Ethan. So he's the third-born son, apparently.
Talia and Ethan. I suppose Lord Ethan now.
Ooh, we can...
I'll admit, you do seem better than was to be expected. I believe your leg will be fine. Only time will tell, but... Lady Forrester.
Welcome home, Garrett. We're all relieved to know you survived.
Thank you, my lady.
Talia asked to see you.
Garrett, I heard what happened. Is it
Aw.
true? Your family... I'm so sorry.
Me too.
Off to bed now. Hurry on. Garrett was just telling me how valiantly Lord Forrester fought to the end, even when all was lost. I'm sure Lady Forrester would like to know. Whatever you can recall.
He was a hero, my lady. The bravest man on the battlefield by far.
Yet he was unable to save his own son.
You were with Roderick, no? I'm sure it was chaos and confusion. But if you can remember anything, I'm sure Lady Forrester would like to know.
He fought valiantly, my lady.
Of course he did. He was House Forrester's best.
This has been so incredibly difficult for us, especially the children. But I was told you were the last to see my husband alive.
Yes, my lady.
I know it may be difficult to remember, but if I may ask, was there anything he said?
Any last words before he passed? If you can remember.
He asked me to return this to House Forrester. He said this is where it belongs. With his family.
Didn't
Thank you,
avoid the question.
Garrett.
Of course, my lady.
It demands a response. It's too dangerous, especially now.
Now is the time to prove our strength.
I'll be sure it's given to Ethan.
Against aggression. Duncan, this was our land. They were our people. Your family.
I share your outrage, Sir Royland. I do. But now is not the time to provoke the Whitehills. Not with Ramsay Snow coming to see us bend the knee.
The hell with Ramsay Snow, the bastard.
Garrett, you understand what this means. You killed a Bolton, and Ramsay Snow will want his retribution.
We're the ones that should be demanding retribution. This happened on Forrester land.
They killed my family.
And they'll pay for what they've done. That much, I promise. But now is not the time for vengeance.
If not now, when?
We have to be smart. Ramsay Snow will be here within the week.
And what would you have us do? Nothing.
I would have us use our heads, while they're still attached to our shoulders.
Garrett has lost as much as anyone else within these walls. Maybe you can talk some sense into your uncle.
Garrett's suffered enough already. You ask too much of the boy.
He deserves to be heard.
My uncle's right. We need to be smart.
Smart. Eddard Stark was smart. And look where
That's
that got
true.
him. So, what's to be done?
Ultimately, it will be for Lord Ethan to decide.
He's just a boy who can barely hold a sword. He knows nothing of how to lead men.
He is the lord of this house, and he needs our help. It's bad enough the Boltons would have us bend the knee and swear fealty. But now, this. I'll accuse you of murder, and us of protecting you.
The boy was just defending himself.
I'm not faulting him for what he did.
I'd have done the same, as any man would.
I've done nothing wrong.
Not in their eyes. It's just the excuse Ramsay Snow would need to put us to the torch and kill us all.
I'd like to see them try.
I'm afraid it's a risk we cannot take, which is why you cannot stay.
Cannot stay? Duncan, the boy has suffered enough.
But where would I go?
The one place beyond the reach of even House Bolton.
You're sending him to the wall. The boy's done nothing wrong.
Not in the eyes of the Boltons. I'm afraid it's the only solution. Especially now, when the house is so vulnerable.
Uncle, my place is here. Who would defend the house? You said we need men who can fight.
There'd be nothing we could do to protect you. To stay would bring destruction upon us all. I know that's not what you want. I know it's difficult to understand. But you must think of the house.
I'll do what's asked of me.
I know it doesn't seem fair, but it is what's best.
That settles it then.
You can have my horse, and I'll see you have plenty of food. But we haven't much
Tell
time.
him your message,
The
come.
Whitehills will
Come
come
on.
looking for you.
You didn't tell him your message? Really?
Were it up to me, I'd gladly drive a sword through Lord Whitehill's heart if given a chance. I would. And God's willing, someday I will. But for now, I have House Forrester to consider first. I know you want to stay, but Lord Forrester would be proud that you're putting the interests of the house ahead of your own. Many of Lord Forrester's best men have volunteered for the war. His own great-uncle was a ranger with the Night's Watch.
He promoted me. At the Twins. We were to ride in the van to Casterly Rock and I at Roderick's side, but
It was well-deserved, Garrett. You worked hard and served your lord with honor.
I've been waiting for the right moment to tell you.
Yeah, thank you. Please do.
What? What is it?
Lord Forrester asked me to give you a message. He said, the North Grove can never be lost.
Sorry. You caught me by surprise. It's not often discussed, if ever.
He said tell only you.
For good reason. Most don't even know it exists. They think it's just a myth made up by wildlings and fools. And it's better kept that. I assume you kept your word. You haven't told anyone else, have you? This is important,
No.
Garrett. I need
I
to
didn't
know the
tell
truth.
anybody.
Of course not. I told no one.
Well done. Lord Forrester was right to put his trust in you. From this day forward, this will be our secret. But soon, I may need your help.
But
I can't say anything more just yet. Just know the North Grove may very well be vital to the future of this house. But don't breathe a word of it to anyone at the Wall. Become a ranger if you can. It will help. Iron from ice.
iron from ice.
Remember, you represent House Forrester. Your actions at the Wall will reflect the honor and dignity of the house.
Yeah, that's the thing with honor. In Game of
We will
Thrones,
see each
honor
other again.
can just get you killed. You have to be very careful.
Garrett, wait!
Aw.
Be safe.
Well, she must be disappointed. If we become a ranger, or, well, we are joining the Night's Watch now. We may take no wife, have no inheritance, have no lands.
Ethan? Ethan!
Oh, here's our second player character.
I
Interesting.
couldn't find him. Could you?
He hides too well, and if he were smart, he would reveal himself.
I don't like this game anymore. Maybe something happened to him.
Ethan's fine. He's just forgotten this is a game.
I'm here. It's okay. Don't worry. It's just a game, Ryan.
Stupid game. I don't like it.
He was worried you were gone.
I thought we'd never find you again.
I'm right here. And I promise, I'm not going anywhere.
I wish Mira was here. And Asher. And Roderick.
I do too. But Mira's in King's Landing and...
Can't she come home? I don't want her to die too.
Ryan, she's perfectly safe, I promise you.
I don't want Garrett to die either. Maester Ortengrin said he got sent to the Wall. I'll miss Garrett. He was nice.
I don't know what he did to get sent away like that.
He'll be fine. Garrett is smart.
No one will tell me what Garrett did, but it must have been serious. I heard Duncan and Sir Royland talking. They said someone will come here looking for revenge.
Everyone's worried about you, but I'm not. I know you'll protect us.
Who said they're worried about me?
Well, Sir Royland for one. He says you can't fight very well.
What?
And he calls you a milksop.
Sir Royland forgets himself. After all, you are the lord of the house now.
He doesn't know me, or what I'm capable of.
What does milksop mean?
I don't know. But I know it's not good.
Ethan, you should let Sir
Okay.
Royland teach you how to wield a sword. Like a man. He taught Roderick and Asher, and he even showed me how to fight. Properly, I mean.
A lord should know how to fight.
Do you remember when we were younger? When we all used to play here? You, me, Roderick, Asher. We'd all be out here for hours.
Yeah. Where was I?
You weren't born yet.
We had so much fun. But then, well, then everything changed. Roderick became so serious, the Lord in training, and he never smiled anymore. And Asher, Asher just got angry at everything. Promise me you won't be like that. Please, just be you. I like you the way you are. I know a lord has many responsibilities, but you don't need to be like them.
I may have to change.
I'd rather have my brother than a lord.
I'll have to have both, I'm afraid.
But since you're the new lord, you can do anything you want.
I
That's
suppose.
not how it works, Rod.
Everyone will have to
Ryan.
do as you say. So I could have all the sweets I want.
If only it were that simple.
Yeah, that's not how it works.
It's not how it works.
Well, that's how it should work. You are the lord.
Lord Ethan, you're needed in the Great Hall at once. Quickly, on your feet.
What's the matter?
Lord Whitehill has arrived, unannounced and certainly unexpected. He's come demanding justice.
Can't he meet with Duncan? He is the Castellan.
Stay with us. Please, Ethan.
He's demanding an audience with the Lord. We really must go.
It's your decision. You are the lord.
If I were lord, I would command Ethan to stay with his family.
Fine. If that's what's required of me.
Very well then.